is NBC News correspondent Vaughn Hilliard. Vaughn, good morning. 5 days out, what are you hearing on the ground?
Look, we're seeing that Donald Trump continues to hold the dominating lead in the polling. The Morning Consult poll this week is the latest. He's up 68% to Nikki Haley's 16%, Ron DeSantis' 15% here. But let's be frank about a part of the Republican Party that still exists. You could call it that Nikki Haley 16% or the 30% if you combine the two, or potentially even greater if you look beyond. So those folks that have left the Republican Party have become independents. And those are the folks who often over the last months we've attempted to talk to on the ground for our written articles, but also go on TV. And there is a visceral fear, a hesitancy among a great many of them to speak out for fear of being shunned by family, friends, and community members. And that is why, as we approach the caucus and these primaries ahead, we thought it was important to share three voices who were willing to speak up and share their stories.
People go below the belt and they take after Donald Trump because Donald Trump goes below the belt.
Kyle Clare first fell in love with politics in 2015 because of Donald Trump.
He'd make jokes on stage, he had these big fun rallies.
No place like being in a Trump rally, do we, right?
But now a junior at the University of Iowa and a college Republican, he wants the party to move beyond Trump. We first met Kyle in August at a GOP debate watch party, where he first shared with us his changed view and frustrations with those supporters still loyal to Trump in a video posted on TikTok.
They don't want to believe he lost the election. It's hard to swallow. Losing is hard to swallow.
The fallout from speaking out, personal attacks, including on his sexuality, by others who watched the video online.
I had someone come up to me who recognized me just from the video and put a camera in my face and was filming me and to ask me why I was so scared of Donald Trump. I should be more scared of getting AIDS from having gay sex.
To what extent is fear a part of this?
Oh, fear is 100% a part of it.
Barbara Spencer lives 3 hours north of Kyle, a resident of a Decorah, Iowa nursing home.
You voted for Trump in 2016?
Oh, yeah. I thought, well, maybe this man's going to really do something good.
But Barbara now said she's one of the only outspoken voices against him at her nursing home.
Well, there's so many things that he has said that he's going to do this and he's going to do that to get even with people.
I am your retribution. I am your retribution.
And that's just like accelerant.
Barbara and Kyle, they're not alone. We've heard this often over the last year, and those who do publicly speak out, anxious of being shunned by friends, family, or others in their communities.
I don't talk about Donald Trump a lot because I'm afraid of the backlash, and so for me to do this is really a step out of my comfort zone.
Public polls of the Republican presidential contest show that Trump remains popular with most GOP voters. It's more than just candidates like Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis choosing how far to go in taking on Trump. It's also the party's voters.
People can be vicious online, especially behind a screen. People can say things about you when they don't even know you. I want people to know that I'm still a conservative. I still consider values. I'm a Republican, but just because I'm not a big fan of Donald Trump right now does not mean that I'm not a Republican.
Guys, this is a wing of the Republican Party that feels like it has no home. Each of those three voices you just heard from said that they wish that Liz Cheney was running for president of the United States. This is a conversation that is happening in real time in January 2024. We're going to stay in touch with them because it's going to be ever evolving as the political stakes in this country become ever the more clear. And as Donald Trump walks towards a likely Iowa caucus win, a potential GOP nomination, it's folks like Kyle, who you heard from, who are actively trying to figure out where they go and where they belong in a Republican Party dominated by the likes of Donald Trump.